Honk.
Yes, as the song always says, or at least the person always says. What's up, everybody? Welcome, Argonauts. Welcome to a Friday stream. It is June 24th, 2022. It is 9:30 p.m. Eastern, and I hope everyone is, I'm not going to say doing well this time, because I am fully aware that for many people in the United States, this has been a very difficult couple of days and a very difficult time, and I'll talk very briefly about that. I'm not going to talk a long time about that, because my sense from everyone is what they want is a chance to not escape from reality exactly, but just to be with connected people that understand the importance of being with connected people. So I'm gonna do that, but I do want to make just one or two comments about that. But I will do that in just a minute. Before I get there, I do want to remind everybody about ways to support us here in the channel. If you haven't already done so, please follow the channel. Please check out our YouTube, the !ArvTube, and sub to us over there. Please check out our Discord, !ArvCord, our Twitter with !ArvTweets. Website for this, of course, arvaneleron.com. Financially, !ArvShop is the merchandise area, !ArvTrayon is the Patreon, and of course on the publishing side, !Icarus for my Icarus graphic novel from Athos Arts, !Library for my Tales and Tomes from the Forbidden Library, my 5e adventure and source book from Alligator Alley Entertainment, and of course, most important right now is the Gray Shade Kickstarter, which is, as you can see, has had some very good movement. We are almost up to 10,000, and I'm really hoping we hit that 10K today. Because that 5 figures is a big milestone and would definitely be a big help for us as we continue to push forward. We're making steady progress, but again, support on that is going to be very much appreciated. I'll talk more briefly about that in just a little bit. !Grayshade KS. And as always, !BLM, Black Lives Matter, very important to affirm and assert the significance and importance of Black lives. !Help Now, which is the World Health Organization page on suicide prevention. Very important to reach out to others when you need help and reach out to others when they need help as well. And !Ukraine, UKRAINE, to help the people of Ukraine as they are fighting back against an illegal and an illegitimate war, and have just been devastated by, again, this illegal, illegitimate war. This is a chance for us to step up and help them, even in a small way. Now, quick note about schedule, which is that tonight we have got D&D with Viewers into the Unknown, and I'll talk more about that in just a moment. And then tomorrow we have, now I'm not pushing this as a premiere, and the reason is for 2 reasons. Number one, because I think I'm only going to have 3 out of our eventual 4 players for tomorrow is my guess, and that's the first reason. And the second reason is that a lot of this is going to be about character creation and explaining aspects of the world and stuff like that. So tomorrow is a session 0 of Expedition from the Mysterious Peaks. In July is when we are going to have our full premiere, and that's when we're going to have all the players. That is when we are going to have our full video. I've actually been talking with both Chrono Wolf and Peripheral Mike about the video we're going to have for this. I need to talk to our good friend Shadowed Mage about overlays and stuff like that, and or others. So I need to talk to some folks about overlays for it, for Mysterious Peaks. So I've got, more of that stuff is going to be coming next month, and I'm very excited about that. And it's not the only thing, by the way. There is also going to be another big thing debuting next month, which isn't even my thing directly, or at least that's to say that I am not going to be directly involved in it, but I guarantee you are not going to want to miss it, because this other thing that I have in mind has got big names, and it has got big stuff going on with it, and it is going to be awesome. I am very excited about it. I started talking with this person who is coordinating it at Origins, actually, a couple of weeks ago, and it is going to be a big deal. So I'm very pumped up about that, too. So we have 2 big things going on next month as far as debuts are concerned, and again, one of them is that. And that's the situation that we've got going on with that. So again, very pumped up about that stuff. You will not want to miss it. It's going to be great. And I love that I get to be this sort of like all mysterious about it, because it's going to be awesome. So, Anyway, that's what's happening coming up tomorrow. We will have the session 0 for Expedition for the Mysterious Peaks, and I think it's going to be a ton of fun because you're going to get a chance to see the world that's being created here. You'll get a chance to think a little bit about the characters, this kind of mixed fantasy science fiction universe. Think like, Final Fantasy VII Magtech type stuff. It's going to be cool, so I'm very excited about that. Also, before I come on screen and get all serious for a minute, I do also want to acknowledge that we've got a bunch of the book stuff that is coming out through Athos. I'll be talking more about Athos in just a minute with Greyshade, but first of all, if you haven't already done so, you should go and check out something from my friend and excellent writer and co-author at Athos Arts, Brandon Crilly, whose new book, Catalyst, is now starting to get blurbs and reviews. Now, the cover is now out about this, and the cover of this book is crazy good. The book itself, I've already read a little bit of it, and the only reason I've read a little bit only is because I'm finished reading One Garlic Tofu's Night Ivy first, and then next up on the docket for me is to read Catalyst, but I've heard very good things about it. It got an excellent blurb from Julie Cherneda. I am obviously a big fan of Julie Cherneda, who has given good blurbs to my stuff too, and is just a very good writer, just about to be inducted into the Canadian Science Fiction Fantasy Hall of Fame. So that's a big deal. And again, just gotten a lot of very good positive reviews. It makes sense because, again, Brandon's a good writer, has worked very hard on it. And that's the first thing. And the second thing is that, of course, it has Athos Arts behind it with the amazing Garlic Tofu as the editor. So you will not want to miss that because it's going to be great. So a lot of good stuff going down with Athos, and I encourage you to check out Catalyst when we go on. Now, I want to say one thing before I talk about D&D with viewers, and for this, I'm going to get rid of that. And I am going to turn on that. Hello, everyone. Good to see you all. I hope everybody is doing well. Welcome, welcome. You can see that my lighting scheme is a little bit different today because we are doing D&D with viewers. So I played around with some possibilities, and this is what I came up with. I think it looks pretty good. I think it's got that nice sort of feel, it's going to be good. So I want to say something very seriously here, and then we will get into the game itself. I don't want to spend a lot of time on this because, as I said, my impression from watching my Twitter feed today and yesterday was that people really wanted a chance to kind of feel like they weren't losing all of it in the world, like they hadn't lost their center, their anchor, and they wanted to be close to these folks. And I think what Echo said there, Echo said this also in Discord, was really important, which is this idea about not losing sight of hope, about keeping the faith and fighting the good fight and using your rights to protest peacefully. So I appreciate that, Echo. Thank you. And yes, I agree with that sentiment. And I want to go further to say that we are always in the midst of the creation of history. That is a true statement, but I want to expand on it for just a moment. And that is to say, we are always in the process of some important critical thing happening. And in many of those times, sometimes those are good things. Those are great moments that are transformative, that we actually move forward as a society and move forward as a species. And there are other times where we take steps back. And the last couple of days in America have definitely been steps back. They have been the removal, in one case, the removal of safety, and in the other case, a removal of a constitutional right. And it's a right which disproportionately affects half of the population. And it is one of the only countries where that's happening. If you look around the world, everyone else is going the opposite direction because that's what makes sense. Because it makes sense to put in more gun safety laws. It makes sense to protect people. And it also makes sense to allow a healthcare service, which is what this is, what abortion is, to be treated as a healthcare service and not as a religious extremist position to be bandied about. So these are what these things are, and most countries have recognized that. But the United States, or specifically the 6 unelected and in 3 cases illegitimately, I think, appointed justices have ruled differently. So I know there have been many people who have responded today, even though we knew this decision was coming down the pike because of what was leaked about a month or 2 ago, who have responded with anger, with fury, with frustration, with deep sadness, and with fear. And those are all completely legitimate feelings. Almost lost in the shuffle was the fact that today the Senate and the House actually passed an actual gun control bill, a legitimate gun control bill, not a gun control bill that does everything, but a gun control bill that does some things, which is more than this group has been able to do for 30 years. And that's a huge deal because it breaks the logjam. And that sets the stage for more success. And my Senator Chris Murphy was one of the people behind that. It's a really important thing, but that got lost, obviously and understandably, in all of the bad news that had come out based upon Supreme Court decisions and the like. So the only thing I want to say about this, and then I'm going to let this go, is I am deeply, deeply sorry for the people who have felt now that the rights have been taken away in the ways that they clearly have been. I am sorry for the fear and the sadness and the anger that you were experiencing. And the only thing I can do as, the person who has, sort of one of the central pieces of this community that we formed together is to say that I see and hear you. I understand that you are experiencing that fear and sadness, and I feel sadness and anger too. I feel sadness and anger for the rights that are lost, for the people that it hurts. I thought quite a bit about this today when I was spending a lot of time with my daughter. I had those feelings before I had a daughter, so the classic, like, I have a daughter and I understand. I don't think you need to be personally affected by something to have empathy as a human being and understand what it means to take away a fundamental human right. So I understand that, and I think all of those feelings are justified. And all I want to say is that I want to encourage you to reach out, to organize, to come together, and to work together for common cause and for justice. And I want you to think about doing that in a community of compassion. I have always viewed this channel as a model for that. At least I try to present it that way. The mods here, who are amazing, try to present it this way as a model for what a good and caring community can be. It is only one model. It is, in the scheme of things, a small one, but it can be a micro version of what I would like to see in a macro way. And so as you are thinking about these things and feeling the sadness and the anger and the fear, I hope you will also realize that you are not alone in that feeling, that in fact you are in the majority within this country too, and certainly in the majority in the world, of those who believe that we do have rights that are inalienable, that we do have things that we need to keep and have maintained, and that it is wrong to take those away, and that when we have injustice that is done, that we need to rise up together and fight against it. You are not alone in that feeling. And I hope if there's anything that I can present today in this thing that we're about to do, it's that hopefully for the next couple hours, we're going to forget about the world outside. We're going to focus on this world together, but we're going to do this not so that we can hunker down and escape from the world in a bunker and never come out again, but rather so that we can learn together what it means to love and care for each other. And that love and care can be brought forward into the ways that we organize, into the ways that we vote, into the ways that we register people to vote, in the ways that we can move forward and have victories that will eventually overturn these kinds of injustices. It is frustratingly, excruciatingly, painfully long to get to that point. And in the meantime, many, many, many hundreds of thousands and millions of people are hurt by this. And yet, there is still hope. There is still the fact that there are more of us than there are of them. There is still the belief that we are working towards something in common. And so if you are in the U.S. and if you are feeling the way most of the people that I know, most of my friends, most of my family, people around me were feeling in terms of sadness and outrage and anger and fear, I hope you will channel those feelings, that you will come together in the greatest of those feelings, love, together collectively, and that if you can feel a little bit of that tonight, that you can bring that sense of love into what's going to happen tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next. We need you to stay in this. And the only way we can do that, I believe, is if we do that together. So much love to all of you. And we're in this together. And I hope you consider to see it that way. Okay. Now, with that said, let us turn to other matters for the moment, not because these things are more important, but because I think there's a way to get us to feel somewhat better about ourselves too, and that's about coming together in this way. Two things that I want to highlight tonight about tonight's session. So we're going to be doing Into the Unknown. Into the Unknown is, of course, is the, where do I have my cover? Into the Unknown, which looks like, oh, that's why. It looks like that because I don't have my camera on. There, see? That thing right there. Into the Unknown is basically a massive D&D choose your own adventure thing, which I backed on Kickstarter, actually, I guess a year and a half ago or something like that when it came out. I really like the look of it, and we've had a chance now to play through Legacy of Dragonholt, and Chad had a lot of fun with that. So I thought we would try this. And we actually already built our character for this a couple of months ago. So we've got a character in place and ready to go. But chat is going to be making the decisions about where to go and under what circumstances. And so that's going to be pretty cool. And I am going to be kind of acting as a sort of semi-DM/player because I don't really know what's coming up either. I mean, I'm kind of working together with you just like I did with the Choose Your Own Adventure stuff. But because there's D&D involved, it may be slightly different, I guess. But anyway, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And it also, of course, is using the 5e system. And that's the second thing I want to talk about, because you will see over there, as I mentioned before, that my Greyshade Kickstarter, with that, I can do this. There. Haha. That over there. This is so hard to mirror. That over there is my cover for Greyshade. And this over here is the Greyshade Kickstarter. We are almost at $10,000, folks. And that 5-digit number is a big milestone. We have a lot more stuff that's happening. We've started with some Instagram ads and things like that. And we have other stuff that's coming down the pike, including interviews. We've already had a couple of features on places like EN World and Reddit and others. And I've got more of that stuff coming. I've also got another stream I'm going to be putting into place, which is going to be talking about Greyshade specifically. We got marathons involved and all that stuff. So we got a lot of stuff that's going, and we've done quite well to this point. Almost 120 backers, almost $10,000. But we have a $25,000 goal because we felt that we needed to do that to be able to get what was necessary to fund this and hopefully to go beyond it. So what we're going to present today is the following. If we can get to 10,000 today, if we can hit that 5-digit marker, and if we can get a couple of backers, 121, maybe 122, something like that, then what we will do at the end of this is we are going to give ourselves, collectively, we are going to give ourselves a bonus in this Into the Unknown that we are battling. So we are going to give ourselves a bonus. Now, I haven't figured out what that bonus is, although I have some possible ideas for it. It might be like a healing potion or a hit point boost or something like that. But this is just going to be a fun little thing to be able to do. And if we do better than that, I actually may end up doing something else in terms of another possible incentive. So please, you folks know what to do. You folks, many of you have already supported and contributed in so many ways. Spread the word about this. Please let people know about the Greyshade Kickstarter. Hashtag Grey Assassin is the hashtag to use for this. And let's keep pushing on. We are not even 50% of the way through. We're about 10 days now into the Greyshade Kickstarter, and we're making progress. So let's keep on rolling, and let's make it happen. And yeah, I will talk more about this as we go along. What's up, Rock God? Good to see you. 2 free inspirations. That's not a bad idea. Maybe I'll do something like that. That's a good call, Aridnal. Maybe I'll do 2 inspirations as a chat. Yeah, maybe I'll do that too. That might be a good idea. So maybe that'll be a good bonus when we hit that 10,000 mark. And I would love to do that today. Again, it's 9:30, 9:40-ish. And so we've got about 2 hours and 20 minutes. Well, no, it's till the end of the stream, actually. So what am I saying? Because I'll probably be going until about 12:30 or so. So it'll be about 3 hours. So we have 3 hours to get, $300. We can do that. That's possible. So that's the thing to keep in mind and check that out. So with all that said, so happy to be with all of you folks, and let's kick it. Let's do what must be done. All right. So I'm going to, I've set this up here, but I have more stuff that I have to put up. So we are going to put up here, not RBot here. We are going to put up RBot Plus. So we're going to do, I think it's that. No, it's not that. It must be window capture. All right. We're going to do RBot Plus. Oh, that's why. All right. Let's do the thing where we do that. So when it's like, what is that? We're looking at that. There we go. That's what we're talking about. Chris's 48th is tomorrow. Is that what supposed to his parents to her kids? Send them wishes tomorrow. Oh, and absolutely. Happy birthday already to Ballstag. That's awesome. I did not know that, actually. I will keep that in mind, actually. And I need to remember to try to send you a thing saying, hey, happy birthday and all that. Okay. So we're going to put this thing up here. Now, the only problem is I want to make sure I don't use up all my real estate on stuff like this. Because we have polls here, but we also have, of course, got to have the character. I think that's the one. Yeah, there it is. All right. What is up, Draco Bloodguard? I have not seen that for a long time. Yeah, no, send to those. So happy birthday. I'll try to remember to send that tomorrow to Ballstick. What's up, Draco Bloodguard? I have not seen you in a long time. How you been? Welcome, welcome. Well, you got a new map? You got a new map? What is this? What is this? Maps are, yes. And in fact, I've even, Prince Justin was even nice enough to make a map for us, which was wild and was really awesome. So I haven't heard that name in a long time. I actually just watched, with my daughter, the end of Kenobi yesterday. Good series. Good series. I think it has some pacing problems, especially in the middle, but the last couple of episodes were excellent. And Ewan McGregor is absolutely dynamite. Absolutely dynamite as Kenobi. Like, it's hard to imagine. I mean, how could anyone ever argue that someone is better than Alec Guinness? I guess I can't argue that. But man, is McGregor good. He's so good. Oh, he's just, yeah. He just absolutely occupies the space. He's made for that role. It was great. Okay, I, for some reason, am having trouble scaling this, and I don't know why. I think probably because you know why? I know why. Because I'm putting too much up there in terms of the map, and I can't do that. So what we will do to fix that is we are going to, actually, I guess it doesn't matter where that shows up as long as it goes there. All right, so we're going to do this for this. There's that. Then we're going to do, you're binging The Boys, yeah? Yeah, you know, I've heard good things about that, but I don't know. Just another one of those, like, all right, well, these things are, superheroes are actually crap. I don't know. I think it's probably one of those things that's great, but I don't want to focus my time on something that's sort of like further greater despair with stuff and things. So, okay. I don't know whether you can even actually see that. Can you even see that? All right, you can see that, certainly. All right, let's do it this way. So we're going to do that. We're going to do that. Okay, and that way I can go over here. Okay, let me bring this over like this, actually, and go like that. Okay. Yeah. Well, no. I have heard that. Yes, I have indeed heard that there's a lot of corporate, it's a lot about the corporate stuff. Which is good, obviously. Anything that takes it to the man, so to speak, is a positive thing. Okay, right. So here is our character, and here's what we've got. I'm going to put this right here. So what we have right here, chat, this is, as I said, Into the Unknown. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit so I can see what I'm looking at here. There we go. Alrighty, so we've got that like that. And okay. All right, and I'm going to try to, at times, if I possibly can. It is level 1, that's right. And yeah, we got some good stats out of this. There were good rolls. And this was chat that actually rolled this. So this was all of us working together. So, all right. We've got that. We've got our dice roller. which I will move over there so I don't get in the way of my stuff. And okay, here we go. So what we're looking at here is this is Into the Unknown. And we created this character, as I mentioned, last time. And our character specifically is, and you will notice there may be some familiarity with some of you about this, Nouriel Navra. I can't imagine who Nouriel Navra was, but you may have a sense of what the name refers to, possibly. So there are items and artifacts. There is a shamisen, a lock of red-green hair in a shamisen, which is an instrument. Costume, a rapier, an entertainer's pack, leather armor, a dagger, a shovel, a pickaxe, a rope, a torch. And then clues and notes. Nouriel Navra is a chaotic good halfling bard. I am very tolerant of any and all beliefs. Aspiration, I am determined to be the greatest at what I do. My honor defines me. We struggle with trusting anyone we come across. Our background is entertainer. We have skill proficiencies of acrobatics, performance, tool proficiencies. We have a disguise kit, one type of musical instrument, which again is a shamisen. And we have bardic inspiration. We have some cantrips, dancing light, vicious mockery, and we also have the first level spells of charm person, detect magic, healing word, and thunder wave. So with all of that said, let us get into this. And the quote is as follows. And I think I can give you a picture. Look at this, chat. I can even give you a picture right off the bat. Here, let me see if I can get done with the zoom. No, not that. Wait a minute. What the hell? Go back to... Sorry, I suddenly lost my thing. I don't know why. Can I go back to the thing, please? Okay, I have to reopen that because I just lost it because it was weird. Adobe Acrobat, how I do not love thee. Okay. So, no, I already know about that. There we go. Yes, I already know about that. Don't want to convert it into anything. Thank you. There's that. Let me zoom in a little bit. Okay. So, here, chat. Because listen, if we have, good pictures and stuff like that, we should 100% be using them, I think. So here we go, chat. Okay. Chat. Rolling dice. Is chat is rolling dice again? Absolutely. Absolutely, chat is, for sure. All right, here we go. Chat. Congratulations. That's right, you are the most recent graduate of Farador Keep. And in case you're like, wait a minute, like, what the hell is Farador Keep? Like, why should I care about Farador Keep? You want to know why you should care about Farador Keep? You want to know why this is important? Well, I'll tell you why. And I'm going to show you on stream right now. You should care because it has this. That's right. That's Farador Keep right there. What do you think about that? Huh? It's a keeper. See? That's what I'm talking about. Right there. So congratulations, chat, because you are all the most recent graduate of Farador Keep, the most prestigious college for adventurers in all the lands. Now, you are more than capable of setting out to go on your own adventures. To have a greater challenge, you've decided to go it alone. I mean, and with all of chat, like all of you are going together collectively. It's a big group. This likely will be a difficult task, but your record as a graduate speaks for itself. As tradition goes, you will take your first quest from the college itself. From there, your destiny is your own, as many doors open to different paths. You have been given a chest. You've been given a chest. You open it and find 1,000,000 gold and retire. Thank you for playing. No. You have been given a quest, not a chest, but a quest to travel to Ironcrad Mine, east of Farador Keep, to investigate the disturbance that caused the mining crew to abandon the mine. The reports from the miners speak of reptile dogs attacking them on sight. Since the miners are not trained fighters, they were told by the foreman to flee while he made the last stand. This attack happened a day ago, so there is still time to investigate and retake the mine. Alfie Fitz, head historian of Farador Keep, has provided you with a map of the mine. And now that we are ready, read on to begin your first adventure. Ironcrad Mine is not far from Farador Keep. In fact, you believe you've been to it on multiple occasions to check on the keep's iron provisions. You recall how much Alfie loved giving you busy work. There is a clear path to the mine, and the journey takes approximately 1 hour at a moderate pace with a few water breaks. And so you come to this, and let me show you all what it is that you see. As you come to the entrance, you see this. There it is. There is the mysterious mine entrance that awaits you of Ironcrad Mine. Before you is an entrance to what must be Ironcrad Mine. Outside the entrance, you see miscellaneous mining equipment, such as 2 mine carts, shovels, pickaxes, and ropes. The warm glow of the sun shines into the cave, revealing a path leading in. A quick investigation of the outside reveals that most of the equipment was abandoned when the reptile dogs attacked. Now it says, if you have need for a shovel, pickaxe, or rope, you are free to take some with you. As you will see, we already actually took those, shovel, pickaxe, and rope. We actually put that right here. So we're good with that. So if you enter the cave, go to area 2. The light streaming in fades quickly, so you must either have a light source active or you must have dark vision. So the question is, are we going to use our torch, chat? Or do you want to use dancing lights? Torch or dancing lights? What do you think? This one you can just do in chat without me having to pull up a voting thing yet. Torch or dancing lights. And I can check inside the minecarts. The way we'll do this is that if there's a big decision to be made, I will put it up for chat. But if someone is like, let's do this, unless it's like super controversial, I'm going to go along with it. Like checking inside the minecart seems reasonable. If someone is like, I'm going to saw off the nearest tree branch and plunge it into my heart, well, then I'm not going to do that without asking chat. So that's how it works. So we have, oh, wow, look at this already. 3 torches and 4 dancing lights. Huh, okay. So let's see if we have a few more. Anyone else for this vote? I'm also, by the way, enamored of the idea that we're all talking about this, and it's literally like a bunch of people standing outside the mine, all in like full armor and whatever, like talking to each other about like, no, I think we should use dancing lights. No, I actually think a torch. Well, you know, that sort of thing. And so there's that. Now, one thing I want to note, by the way, remember that dancing lights duration is concentration, but it's up to a minute. So keep in mind that this isn't going to last very long. So if you want to use dancing lights, now it would last very long in combat because of, you know, combat is so subdivided. But if you're going to want this to be something that lasts for a while, this is not going to last all that long. So with that in mind, are the dancing lights people still happy to do dancing lights? I mean, it's a cantrip, so we can cast it over and over again. So that's not a big deal, but it is a concentration spell. So I'm just double checking. Dancing lights does have benefits. You can combine the 4 lights. You can move the lights up to 60 feet to a new spot. So there's benefits to that too. So yeah, that's right. And we'll get more people in here over time as time goes on. The good voice, the bad voice. So it looks like we're sticking with dancing lights. All right. So dancing lights is going to be the case. I'm going to assume that we're going to keep recasting it unless I'm told otherwise. So, oh my goodness, Polar. Our Polar has returned. What is up? Good to see you, Polar. 22 months of tier 1 support. What's up, man? Good to see you, Polar. How you been? I hope all is well, man. It's always good to see you when you're able to stop by. Welcome to D&D with viewers. We're talking up D&D and we're talking up my Gray Shade Kickstarter today. But mostly we're talking up D&D and people can support the Gray Shade Kickstarter. And if we get to 10,000, it's sitting at 9,743. If we get to 10,000, then I'm going to give some inspirations to chat to help them along. So that's our little incentive we have for tonight. But it's good to see everybody. I know my cantrips. No, I know. Still Pride Month dancing like you just turned into an uncle. Congratulations. That's awesome. Now, remember, as an uncle, you have very serious responsibilities placed upon you there, Polar. You must now become the uncle who everyone loves to see at the family dinners, right? But you need to be the uncle that also is slightly unreliable in terms of like how they hang out with the kids. And I mean that in the safest way. I mean, you need to be the uncle that like teaches the kids the things that are really awesome and will really help them in life, but might seem slightly troubling to people outside of that. That you need to be the cool uncle is what I'm saying. So just kind of keep that in mind. Thank you so much for the resub, Lone Wolf. What's up, man? Tier 2 support. 3 years. 3 years of Tier 2 support. Thank you, Lone Wolf, so much. 36 months. Congrats on the uncleship. Yeah, congratulations, Polar. That'll be your brother. Are you going to be Are you going to be the more like the steady, stable uncle? That's also acceptable. Thank you so much, Lone Wolf, for that. I appreciate it, dude. Thank you. It's good to see you. Okay. So, looking into that stuff, by the way, Draco, that you mentioned, there doesn't seem to be anything else in the mine carts other than what we've already talked about. So, having done all of this, we're now going to enter, I believe, the cave. And that is where we're going to go. As you can see, we enter this cave. So I'm going to remove, let's see, this. Okay. And we are going to reveal some of the area to come. So let me put this up here. Okay. All right. And all right. So yeah, nobody likes that guy. No, that's true. No, nobody likes that guy. I completely agree there. Okay, so here we are, chat. We are, and actually, I guess we should have a freaking character for ourselves, shouldn't we? I think we should. What do we have? A halfling bard? Oh my goodness, the tier 1 sub. Thank you, Prince Justin, for the gift to Draco Bloodguard. Thank you. Thank you so much, Prince Justin. I appreciate it. That's very kind of you. Okay. All right, here we go. That's actual size, by the way, chat. I just want you to know that. That is our actual size, so just be aware. We are actually as large as the cage entrant. No, I'm just kidding. That's not true. It's more like that. Okay. So we're going to come in here. All righty. Okay, so let's see what we see. The hallway you entered extends forward 30 feet, then splits to the left and the right. To the left, you see a small stockroom, and to the right, the hallway extends beyond your light source. So since it says that both of them are visible, I guess that means... Can I hide the character sheet? I can. I didn't know. I guess that makes sense. Yeah. I was trying to keep it up so it's visible, but it does make it a lot easier if we don't have to worry about that. So I'll keep that down. And when need be, I can just put it back up. So we'll keep that in mind. That's probably a better call. Thanks, Rockon. All right. So it says that we can see to the left. So let's reveal. Nope. All right. I don't know why it's doing that. What are you doing? There we go. All right. So there is a stockroom area. They have a cave drill. All right. There we go. So there's a stockroom to the left, and then to the right, the hallway extends beyond the reach of our light source. So first poll of the day, I guess. We had a vote already, but this will be the first poll of the day, assuming I can find where I put it. Ah, yes. And this will be very simple. It is just a simple call. And if you want to go left to the west, you vote 1. If you want to go right to the east, you vote 2. So 1 is left, 2 is right. Real simple. One is left, 2 is right. And it's a $ vote space 1 for the left, $ vote space 2 for the right. Oh, we also need some ambient sound here, folks, don't we? There we go. Lost Mine. And they call it a mine. A mine. Okay. We have 5 votes for going left. Man, people really want to... You people... It's exactly what I would do. This is one of the many reasons I love chat. Because you're all like, yo, I can see that. Also, there's stuff there. So obviously I'm going that way. Like, it's just... It's so exactly right. 100%. It's so funny. Okay. So, here we go. We are going to go to the left. Also, chat, is that too loud? Is that too loud or is that okay? Yeah, such a good one. Honestly, my favorite movie, Prince Justin. It's okay. Hey, Wispy. Okay, good. I'm glad. It's good sound balance. All right. So we're going to head left. Let's do that. You are immediately consumed by Hellfire, and the game is over. I'm just kidding. That doesn't happen. Okay. Now, what actually happens is this. You enter a storage room dedicated to housing useful objects used around the mine. Small shards of iron rest on a couple of tables, but your scan of the room ends abruptly as you see one of the so-called reptile dogs emerge from behind a box. It lurches to attack. Uh-oh. Well, goddamn it. Okay. Looks like we got us a kobold. It is not a reptile dog. It is, in the shock of the year, a kobold. All right, let's get some combat music going, people. Okay, let's go with... Okay, maybe that... Okay, this battle again, the first combat in this game in the entrance of a mine against a kobold. I'm not sure that this music. I think that's maybe a little overdramatic. I mean, we want upbeat, we want combat music, but like, let's take it easy. Oh, we got a hype train going. Yay! Awesome. Thank you, everybody, for that. He's very confident. Oh. Okay. Let's go with one of my favorites. Never works when it does that. Okay. All right, that's better. Okay, so the time has come to roll initiative. So what I would like, chat, is I would love it if one of the wonderful group of you, he does have a scary box around him, that's true. That's true. Yeah, you can see it just like rotating around him. There we go, that's better. That's going to happen approximately 6 quadrillion times, just so you all know, because... okay, so I'm going to ask for one of you fine people to roll a d20 for me, please. And you should all, you know, whoever wants to do it. Totally up to you in terms of who wants to do it. All right, Rock God. Well, I would say, unless anyone has an objection, I think you seem like the perfect person to make that. Okay. All right, so we've got an initiative of that. Let's see how I do on my initiative. By which I mean the kobold's initiative. Let's see. All right, hang on a second. Okay. All right. So, first to act in the shock of the year is the kobold. I know you're all stunned. In that circumstance. So, I also like the idea that it says, if you defeat the kobold, keep reading. If you're defeated, roll a new character. All right, I guess this one is to the death. All right, so the kobold is going to come in and leaps upon us with his dagger. Okay. And he is going to roll a 12. And our armor class is 14. So we just like, sting, like ward him off. And we ward him off with no problem at all. And then it's our turn again. Or rather, it's our turn for the first time, I should say. So now we move in. Now, chat, I'm not going to go back and forth unless there is something to assume. I'm assuming that we are attacking this thing, right? I assume we're not trying to run away from him. And I'm also assuming that we are going to, I guess I shouldn't assume, but there's several options. We could vicious mockery him. We could attack him with our rapier, just attack him straight up. Or we could, I guess, run away from him. Those are three things that I would consider. But I will put it up as a poll if I need to. But what does chat want to do? Do we want to attack or run away? And if we're attacking, are we doing so with our rapier? Or are we doing so with something like Vicious Mockery? I guess we could also Charm Person or Thunder Wave, but I don't know. Those seem a little dramatic, so. Attack! Okay. We attacking with weapons or we attacking with spells? Okay, it sounds like people are talking about stabby. Stabby, attack, attack, stab, attack, stab. Okay. All right. Okay, rapier it is. All right, Rockod, then I need you to roll, please. We are going to do that then. And this is a finesse weapon, by the way. So we're going to be using this with our dexterity, which is +3. 3 and 3. Okay, a 6. That is not going to hit the kobold. He jumps out of the way. He says. Maybe not. Maybe he's like, I'm a reptile dog, blah. And that brings us up to the top of the round. The kobold is going to attack us again. He's going to stride in with his dagger powerfully. Actually, he's just going to like run up to us and attack, screaming loudly. But that is going to be, I believe, let's see. Yeah, that one is going to be, that is actually going to hit. So he hits us with the dagger. He rolled a 14. Which is our AC. So, he's going to do damage. All right. And he's going to do a total of 4 points of damage. That's the wrong one. It's this one. All right. So we got hit that time. All right. 6 out of 10. It's weighted to fail. All right. It's our turn. Let's strike him down. Rock God, let's bring him to the mat. Let us destroy him with great praise. Let's obliterate this bastard. Take him out. You can do it. Hey, there we go. That absolutely hits. So now we're going to roll damage. We're using our rapier. Rapier is 1d8. So you're going to roll 1d8, please, for the total damage that we do. As we're just like, ugh! Like pin him against the box, you know? Five. Good stuff, because you will be happy to know that the kobold's hit point total is indeed 5. And so we stab him and pin him to the box, and with a he sinks to the ground. It echoes through the cave, through the mine. Help me! Warning to all kobolds. He doesn't say all of that. But there we go. Woo! All right, we got him. We got him. No problem. Never a doubt, Rock God. I was, had no doubt that this would get done. Okay. So, success. We did take a little bit of damage there, but we do have some healing, which I'll talk about in a minute, which we can deal with if we want to do that. Actually, before I go any further, I guess I can ask about that. So we could obviously explore the kobold. We could also heal ourselves. We do have a first level healing word spell, but we also only took 4 points of damage, so we also might want to wait and see what else we're going to find next. So that's basically where we're at. Like, it's up to chat whether you want to. You tell me in chat whether you'd like to. Do you want to heal? Do you want to explore the room? Do you want to look at the kobold's body? Do you want to leave? What do you want to do? We have got a total of, let me pull up the character to show you. We are currently sitting at 6 hit points out of 10. That's what we're at. All right, so Prince Justin wants to search the kobold. Unless that's controversial, I'm going to just assume that we do that. That we search the kobold, because it, just seems to make sense. There are on the body of the kobold 8 silver pieces and 1 gold piece. So, all right. I need to add 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we have 8 silver and 1 gold. All right. Okay, time to go home, give up this adventuring life. Okay, so thanks, kobold. All right, we search the room now. So Wispy Song has suggested healing. Do you folks want to heal or not? We do have a healing word spell, but we don't have a lot of spell slots. In fact, I think because there's also, of course, always the short rest thing that could theoretically happen also, which we could do. But we will have, we have 2 spell slots. So basically we can cast 2 spells that are first level spells. If we cast Healing Word, we could do that, and then we would have 1 first level spell, which might include Healing Word left. Healing Word will end up doing 1d4 plus our spellcasting ability modifier. I'm pretty sure it's charisma for bards. So it'd be 1d4 plus 3. So we could cast Healing Word to heal ourselves for 1d4 plus 3, but we're sitting at 6 out of 10 hit points. So what do you want to do, chat? Basically is the question. Do you want to heal now? Do you want to save it? What do you want to do? You'd save it for later? Save it. So Wispy says heal, but I got 2 that say save. And 1 person who wants to abandon ship. Triffid, we have to save the people in this mine. This mine is mine, okay? Well, no, it's not. But, Okay, save it. So we're going to save the Healing Word. All right. So then, chat, what would you... Now, this is, again, we don't have to vote on this one. This is one where you just get to decide what you want to do. We found the 8 silver pieces and 1 gold piece on the kobold. Do you want to search... What do you want to do? Like, you could tell me search the rest of the room. You could tell me, throw yourself into a box for no reason. I don't know. Or you could tell me leave. So search the room. Okay. Again, unless someone objects and is like, no, don't ever search it, then I'm likely to do this without having to wait for all of chat to weigh in. So... okay. As we investigate the room, a general investigation of the room reveals miscellaneous mining equipment and some iron ore. But it seems that someone or something looted most of the iron ore that would have been stocked here. So it looks like this is the place where they would have kept some of their iron ore, but it's been looted by something. You're mine. Exactly. So that is what we have noted. Is that case. So that being said, that seems to be all that's in the room. Some basic equipment. We already have that equipment, like a shovel, pickaxe, etc. And a little bit of iron ore, but not very much. Most of it's been taken away. So, all right. So, unless chat has an objection, we're going to go back here. And then, chat, we can either leave and run away and never speak of this again, but that seems like not the way to do things. Or we can head down here and see what is heading to the east. Over here. Exactly. Someone remember to take their iron supplements. Exactly. Head down to the east. Is everyone basically in agreement that we head down to the east? At least we know what the reptile dogs is, right? Are. Okay, let's do it. All right. Turn that down a little bit, this lost mine. Okay. All right. So, here we are to the east. You come to another cross section. The path continues forward into what seems like a large chamber, and the path also continues to your left into another chamber. So, chat, question. Do we go forward? And by forward, I mean to the east, or do we go to the north? So if you want to go to the east, vote 1, $ vote space 1. If you want to go north, vote $ vote space 2. So $ vote space 1 is east, $ vote space 2 is north. That's true. That would also keep people away, Lone Wolf. You're right about that. All right. 3 votes for going straight, which means to the east, and 2 votes for going north. So I'm going to last call this. Again, this amazing ArvBot Plus. Originally ArvBot designed by Netawin. This ArvBot Plus is brought to us by the amazing Effect Life. So thank you, Effect Life, once again for this. All right, going once. Going twice. All right. So we are going to continue to go forward. Have we chosen Polly? Let's find out. Okay, hold on a second. Just opening all that up like that. There we go. Great. All right, so we go in here. And what do we see? 3 little kobolds attacking me. I don't know. Maybe we don't. Okay. We step into a chamber, or you step into a chamber, filled with iron deposits. That's right. Okay. I want to make sure I had the right number. Yes. You step into a chamber filled with iron deposits. Multiple carts and tables are nearly covered in ore, and veins of ore stick out of the rock walls surrounding you. A plethora of equipment for extracting this precious mineral can be found. However, before you can investigate, 2 kobolds jump out from behind carts and wave their daggers in a menacing fashion. 2! Okay, now, there's good news about this chat, actually, because they are a little bit of a distance from us. They're about 35 feet. 15, 20. Okay, so that's not quite right. So they are about like here. No, we're not surprised. No, we're not surprised. That is an option we will absolutely consider as we go forward, Rock Out. Although this has a little more of the choose your own adventure feel than complete D&D. But that said, these things do not surprise us. In fact, they kind of go out of their way not to, because they seem to like leap out and do that. All right, so there's 2 kobolds, not 1, but 2. 2 kobolds. Okay. Now, what we're going to do here is I would like you to roll initiative again for me, please. Rock God, if you would. And let's get some combat music in here. These kobolds are not sneaky. That's 2. I see what you did there, Crit Twitch. To be surprised, go and steal yourself for page 9. Okay, 17. That is pretty solid. Let's see how they do. Wow. So they're going to get to go first because they rolled a natural 20. I'm really sorry. Sorry for all of this. The good news, though, is that they're not going to get there in one turn because they are too far away. So, got to cover that. Yeah, so they're not going to quite get there. So they're going to get about here as they charge forward, waving their daggers. So, now the question is, chat, we have a few possibilities here that we could do, which I want to throw out there. So, one option is that we could attack them, basically, you know, stabby, but there are 2 of them. We could try to hit them with the sling first before they arrive, so that's certainly possible. We could also draw them back somewhere if you wanted to do that. Or we could use Thunder Wave on them, because any of those things would be options. So what have you got? What do you want to do, chat? Let me know. You could attack stabby. You could swing your sling. You could sling the rock at them. You could sling something at them. You could Thunder Wave them. And I mean, there are 2 of them. So ride the wave. All right, I got a wave. I got a sling. What else? Sling TV is a good option. Yeah, Charm Person. So, Charm Person, I mean, they are... It is a humanoid. So Charm Person would work. The only thing is it's 1 target. I mean, assuming that, I mean, it would work if he doesn't save against it. You could try to charm him, but if you do that, it's only 1 of them that you would be hitting. I'm just letting you know. So that's the thing. But it is a humanoid, so Charm Person does work. So that's an option. I understand. Well, actually, okay, so let's do it this way. Let's do it this way. So we could stab with rapier. We could use sling. We could charm person. We could thunder wave. Or run like hell. Okay, so there we go. $1 stab with rapier, $2 use sling, $3 charm person, $4 it should be, sorry, $vote space 1 for rapier, $vote space 2 for use sling, $vote space 3 charm person, $vote space 4 thunder wave, and $vote space 5 run like hell. Those are your options. He said, I guess, but they're his dishes. I guess. You're like, I don't guess. I just tell you directly. Okay. Thank you, by the way, Quitwitch, for thank you, Quitwitch, for the tweet. I appreciate that. And I see another one. Thank you again very much to Prince Justin for the continued support and word spreading, as they say, of the thing. Thank you so much for that, Prince Justin. I appreciate it. Okay. Yeah. No, that's yeah. This is one of the reasons why we were here doing this, because yeah. Okay, Thunderwave. All right, last call. Yeah, do not doom scroll. Totally agree. All right, Thunderwave it is. Thunderwave it is. And what a good spell it is. All right, so they come running up just like, right? And we're just like, so you have chosen wave. Okay. So a wave of thunderous force sweeps out from you. Each creature in a 15-foot cube originating from you, and that fits there, must make a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, a creature takes 2d8 thunder damage and is pushed 10 feet away from you. On a successful save, creature takes half as much damage and isn't pushed. All right, so let's see. We're going to see if they save. Let's find out if they save. You'll be happy to know that Constitution is not really their thing. Okay, that one misses. That one critically misses. Okay, they definitely do not. All right, so what I would like you to do, please, Rock God, is roll 2d8 to see how much damage is done. 3 plus 3 is 6. Okay. Well, they would be pushed away were it not for the fact that plow, plow, they are both dead. Bam, down they go. So they're just like, wah! You're like, happy birthday to the ground. That's basically how that goes down. All right. Good stuff. Let's see. Not too shabby. Yep. Absolutely. All right. So, let me just override that. Nice. Okay. So good. They are destroyed, and we have one spell slot left. But we took no damage there. So there we go. So now what are we going to do, chat? Because they are just lying on the floor, and they are Deady McDeadpants. Search the bits. All right. So as you search the kobolds, you find that each one of them has 5 silver pieces and 1 gold piece each. So that's 10 silver pieces and 2 gold. So 2 gold. 18. Okay. There we go. And that is all they have on them because their other weapons and stuff are junky and not much better than they have. Okay. Now what? Check the big box in the corner. That's actually a table. That is actually a table with a bunch of iron ore on it. Can we gather rations? I don't think kobolds, they're a little stringy, you know? They're a little bit stringy. But as we search the room, what we discover is that there isn't a whole lot, basically. There's some iron that we see on the table and stuff like that, and there are some tools, but we've already got the tools, basically, already, that thing. So we've already got that as it is. So otherwise, there's not a whole lot here. So far, we've taken out 3 kobolds, and that was mostly looted, and that one just has a bunch of iron in it, basically. Hey, what's up, Light and Passion? They got tenderized at an industrial level. Fair enough. That's fair enough. They did indeed get thunder waved. That's true. So, unless people have other things they want to do in this room, then it looks like the only option left is to return here and go north. Orcs. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. All right, so unless anyone has an objection, that's what we're going to do. Oh, top of the table? You could certainly do that. Although, I'm trying to think about a heavy table with a... You know what? Okay. So, this is what we're going to do. Rock God, since Triff had asked this, can you make a strength check for me, please? So, you're just going to roll a 20-sided die. We have a 11 strength, so it's a 0 bonus. And we'll see if we can topple this table. Oh, nice, Prince Justin. Very nice. Nat 20. So we're just like, and it hits the ground and just like all through the mine. Warning, warning. Kaboom! This rock is now. Do I have a? This is the thing that popped up in Roll20's web search when I looked for a topped over table. To be clear, chat, that is a pool table. So no, the tipping of the table did not lead us to making it into a pool table. That did not occur. Freaking kidding me? The hell, man? There's that. Nah, it doesn't have any tipped over tables. All right, I tried. Is there a pool you can throw it into? I know, that would, at least that would make sense. So, but the table is tipped over. Be assured that the table is very tipped. It is billiards. Yeah, no, you don't want to mess around with good pool players. I played a little bit of pool back in college. I did wheel. I actually had one of those somewhere. I still have it. I don't know where, but I had one of those the bags with the pool stick, the cue stick you screw together. Yeah, I was that guy. Walk into a room. It's in the way that you use it. Boy, don't you know? Some of you will get that reference. Okay. Alrighty. So, up we go. This looks potentially ominous. Okay. I'm going to go up there. No kidding? Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, pool players are, you know. Okay. As we walk into this, let's see what our, actually, wait a minute. Let's find out. Okay, I have to see what our passive perception is. Let's see. Okay, right. So that's wisdom. So that's 12. Okay, so that's 12. All right, so our passive perception is 12. So, as we're walking into the hallway, we notice there is a wire that obviously extends from one side of the hallway to the other. So we can simply step over the trap to evade the danger. So there is a wire. Like that. And we're just going to step over it to avoid it because of our passive perception. Doop. Okay. All right. We enter what must be the mine's primary command room. Ooh, that's interesting. A variety of blueprints are spread out on tables, with some detailing various nodes of iron that have seemingly been tapped empty. Weights and scales for measuring the ore hauls sit on the drawings. The mine's foreman likely used this room for various operations. We catch a foul smell of rotting food as we survey the room. All right, chat, what do we want to do? You can see there's passageways to the northwest and to the east. We could also search the room. What does chat want to do? Also, hi, Aaron. We're going to search, huh? All right. Search, look at blueprints, search. So we're going to do the blueprints first because that's quick, and because I can talk about that now, and then we're going to go right into searching. I think they're almost tied together anyway. The blueprints seem to depict the mine and its expansions, and most of the maps show expansions that the miners probably were planning to make. Like they had, they have like dotted lines and then question marks and then some notes about like open third quarter, 1538 or whatever. These ideas were like places that they were going to be expanding. Because apparently, according to some of the notes, the miners believed the ore was near limitless in some areas. Now for the search, I am going to ask for the search, I'm going to ask our friend Rockgod here to make an investigation check. And so that is going to be intelligence, which is 1 + 1. So we're going to do an intelligence check. So D20 + 1 for me, please, Rockgod. Search for more traps. The investigation will cover that too. 16. All right. There are indeed no traps, but there is something that we find. We see an out-of-place folded-up blueprint sticking out of the dirt floor. We walk over and carefully pull it from the ground. It depicts the same map that Alfie gave us. However, your heart leaps, as you notice something different. There seems to be a chamber connected to one room that the foreman wanted to keep secret. A note next to the room reads, "Special treasures for my eyes only." And that area that he's talking about is up to the northwest. So basically this extra area that we found is up to the northwest in this area. So the mine goes off to the east here, but off to the northwest is where this special for my eyes only treasure is. So where would chat like to go? Would chat like to go? 1 means you're going to go to the northwest up here, $ vote space 1. $ vote space 2 means you're going to go east. So $ vote space 1 means you're going to go up to this area. $ vote space 2 means you're going to go to the east. Interesting. So most people do not want to go to the northwest, huh? You're like, screw that special treasure. I'm going east. Before you're cleaning this out, I guess. Friendly reminder, by the way, that if we reach 10,000 tonight for the Gray Shade Kickstarter, that will give us some benefits. I'll be able to give chat a couple of inspirations to use in our adventure tonight. And of course, you'll get whatever benefits come from supporting the Gray Shade Kickstarter. So please consider jumping on board with that. That would be lovely. Okay. It's a trap. Okay. All right, I'm going to last call this. Going once, going twice. Okay, so the chat has Admiral Akbar'd it and been like, you know what? Screw you guys. We are not going to the northwest, at least not immediately. All right. I will adhere to the will of chat. As it says in the Book of Boba Fett, I abide. Alrighty. Go around here. Okay. Oops. Oh boy, I do not like that sign. I do not like that. That's not... None of that is good, chat. You all see what that is. That's not... None of that. That's all bad. That's... We all know the drill with that. We all know what that means. That means either that Spooky Town is having a discount today, or it means that, yeah. Well, let's find out. As you approach this room, your feet begin sticking to the ground. It couldn't be mud, for there's no moisture in the air. You gaze down in the entrance to the room and see some sort of web substance covering the ground. As your gaze rises... Hey, what's up, JLC? Good to see you. You see a giant spider moving towards you. Well, crap. What's up, Dragon? Okay. Let's see. I want a... No, not one of those. Not one of those. Let's see. How about... That seems appropriately terrifying. Okay, there we go. So that's appropriately to scale. This creature's name is Shelob. There you go. That should be good. Oh, man. Just kidding. He's not that big. He is big, though. Okay. So, well, crap. I guess we could have expected something like that would happen. Okay. All right. So this thing crawls towards us, and I would appreciate it, Rock God, if you would please be so kind as to roll initiative for the chat. All right, we got the 8 initiative. Let's see what this thing is going to get. Wow. Well, believe it or not, we go first. How about that? All right. So, what do we got, chat? We're dealing with this giant spider. What do you want to do? Now, we have different options, of course. We could, and in fact, I think I had this up there before. I will use the same one. This is what we got. We could stab it with a rapier. We can use our sling. Charm Person isn't going to work. Don't forget Charm Person, actually. Never mind Charm Person. Thunder Wave and then Run Like Hell. So those are the options we have. We cannot Charm Person. It's not going to work on the spider. We could Thunder Wave it. Yep. We could Thunder Wave. But you got if so, just go ahead and get your vote in there. That is $ vote space 4 if you want to use Thunder Wave. You could indeed Thunder Wave. Because we have one of those left. Time to use Sting. I mean, it is true that we have a halfling, so I guess, but our name isn't Sam Dragon. I don't know whether, you know. Oh man, chat is very divided on this. We could stab with a rapier, we could use a sling, we could Thunder Wave. Wow, chat wants to get up close and personal, huh? Close enough. Okay, I appreciate that. Use the spleen. I mean, there is a very proud halfling tradition of using sling stones against spiders also. I would call your attention to Bilbo in his battle against the spiders of Mirkwood. He does use a dagger, but he also uses Sting, but he also uses sling stones. In fact, he didn't even use a sling. He just throws it at spiders. All right, we're going to last call this. Last call. Addercop, don't you stop. Won't you stop? Stop your spinning and look for me. Old Tom Noddy, old big body. Old Tom Noddy can't see me. Addercop, won't you stop? You'll never catch me up your tree. No spider has ever liked being called Addercop, and Tom Noddy, of course, is insulting to anybody. It's even weirder in Latin. All right, so we are going to use our sling. All right. Well, we are going to get off our attack on this thing. So that is going to be our dexterity is 3, so it's going to be 1d20 plus 3 plus our proficiency bonus is 1. So we're going to have it 1d20 plus 4. So halfling luck. I don't know yet, actually. Let me double check and see if we have that. We could run away. Yes. Yes, that's right. That does work. So yes, we do have that trait. Which means I should actually add that, by the way. Okay. 18. All right. So we're going to have you roll 1d4 plus 3. 1d4 plus 3 for the amount of damage that will be done to this spider as we strike it solidly. Oh, because you rolled a negative, because you rolled a crit miss to begin with? Nice. I'm glad you asked then. Yeah. Three on the dice. So that means 7. All right, 7 points of damage was done to this thing. That is a solid blow. This thing's like... Actually, probably just like a... And then it's clicking. It's terrible, horrible clicking sound. Okay. So... Right. Okay, now we can also move. Now, right now we're sitting at about 15. Well, no, because we came up here and then we saw it. 5, 10, 15. So we're about 20 feet from this spider. So we could also move. Do we want to, like, move away? Or what do we want to do? Chat, do we want to hold our ground or move away? We've hit it. We've definitely heard it, like, a fair bit. It looks, there's a lot of spiderous ichor coming out of it. So we're going to stick there or we're going to bail out? Hit and run tactics, huh? I'll take it under advisement. Sling it again. We retreat. Well, so the thing is, it's going to go next, and it will arrive at your position if you stay where you are, because it's only, you know, this is like what, 20 feet away, so it's going to cover that ground. So that's the question. Our wisdom is 14. Yeah, let me show everybody what the wisdom is on our... Norrell Navra. Okay, so we're going to move away. Yeah, that's what I would do also. Just like, you know, get the hell away. So if we move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I think that's halfling. Yeah, we'll keep right outside its range there. Okay, assuming it doesn't stay there, but it's not going to. On its turn, it will come 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. It's going to do this, but it is climbing up on the ceiling. So, like, it's crawling at us on the ceiling as we're looking up at it. So it's about 10 feet away when it's our turn to go again. And it's, like, looking down at us. It's multivaried eyes staring down. Yeah. It's pretty freaky. And it moves fast, too. So what do we do, chat? Let's see. So there we go. What are we going to do? Now, Thunder Wave is probably not going to work on this thing now because it's up on the ceiling. Stabbing it probably will work because it's not that high a ceiling. So we could stab it, or we could sling it and run again. Or we Thunder Wave probably won't work. As I said, Charm Person doesn't work. Or we could run like hell. So realistically, stab it with a rapier, use our sling, or run like hell. But if we stab it with a rapier, we're engaged with it, and that means we then have to... We'll incur an attack of opportunity if we just run away. So... This is also, by the way, 100% the way that I would do this in any video game. Like Skyrim, shoot and move, shoot and move, shoot and move. Like, all right. The last call that. Yeah, this is right. This is phase 2. The final form is where it hits the ground and splits into 6 giant spiders. That's its final boss form. That's the... But there's a glowing blue spot on the spider you're supposed to hit. And all right, we're going to use our sling. Makes sense. Okay. All right, Rock God. Here we go. Almost... I'm sorry. I apologize unreservedly. Oh, man. All right, Rock God. Don't miss. Sling again. D20 plus 4. Yeah, QTE are implemented. Again on the 1 reroll. Oh, my God. How epic is that? Good stuff, man. All right, 1d4 plus 3. For the damage, please. That halfling luck coming up clutch. Yeah, with a halfling, you really are rooting for a 1 or a hit. You just don't want a 2 because that doesn't help you. There's a big argument at one point that I saw in the forums about, you know, like, well, but if it's a 1, then, you know, like, it says that, like, a crit 1 always misses. Or, you know, a crit miss always misses. And I'm like, yeah. But the point that they were making, which I agreed with, was yes, but the lucky trait means that you never actually had the 1. Like, you never rolled that because of the nature of what this is. So, like, you know. So 4 on the dice, which means 4 plus 3, right? So 4 plus 3, so 7. All right, well, we strike it solidly, and poof, the thing turns up, curls up, and falls down. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, please. You're going to roll, please, a d20, and we're going to add 3 to it, Rock God, as this spider plummets towards us. Ah! Okay. Fortunately, that's just enough. Because we were a little bit away from it to begin with. We needed DC 10 was what we needed. That's all right. A 9 would have been a no. A 10 is okay. So we roll out of the way just as the thing goes and it hits. There's a terrible squishing sound, and then all the legs like kind of fall, and the spider, the giant spider, lies dead. Nice work with the sling, everybody. Good work, good work. It was a little scary, but we got through it. Okay. So you successfully fought off the giant wolf spider. It seems this beast took over these quarters as the kobolds invaded. You search the chamber and find the body of a foreman, but not much else. May he rest well. Okay. So, so that seems to be all that is in here. So the question now is basically, so the kobolds invaded, and then in the meantime, I guess this thing took over what was left. So we did not lose any hit points. No, it didn't get close enough to attack. That was why the whole sling and run thing worked, and we hit both times. So, so that was good. So we're in here kind of looking around or whatever. So chat, what do you want to do? So we've searched inside here. Doesn't seem to be anything there. So we could get the hell out of Dodge and leave the mine, or we could go up and explore this area that we haven't explored yet. That is deeply troubling, Triffid. Deeply troubling. So that's true. We could rest. We could do a short rest. We could explore the mine, or we could bail. So it's whatever chat wants to do. We could rest, we could explore the mines, or we could bail. Yep, 100%. You're sure it was by mistake and she wasn't having fun? Into the mines. So I have 2 into the mines and 2 short rests. 2 short rests and 2 into the mines. Anyone else? 3 rests. She was horrified. Short rest. All right, then. So if we're going to do a short rest, then... Okay. So that means in a short rest, we're going to be able to use our hit dice. Now, we only have 1 hit die at level 1. But we can... if we're going to get that rest, presumably that's why we're doing it. So we're going to use our hit die to rest. That also means we save our healing word. We still have 1 level 1 spell slot sort of in reserve, if need be. Yeah, 3 rests. Okay. And... Just double checking something. Okay. No, D8. It's actually a D8. So D8 plus con, please. Coconut brittle boogie. Oh my goodness, no. Oh no. Well, that's all right. That's actually not that bad because we only were down 4 points, remember. So 1 plus 2 is 3. And that means that we are up to 9 out of 10. So it could be worse, actually, Rockod. Just never let it happen again. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. Alrighty. So, there is that. That's not what I meant to do. Sorry, folks. I have a million windows. And there's that. Okay, that's what I thought. Right, so. Okay. Right. Okay, so we do that. Nothing comes to attack during that time. And so we can then depart the room. Now the question is, Chad, having rested, now that we're up to a hale and hearty 9 out of 10 hit points, do we want to go over and explore here? I think that's what I heard people say, but just confirm for me. Do we want to explore here, or are we getting out? I think what I heard chat say was they wanted to explore the rest of the mine, but correct me if I'm wrong. Explore, explore. Explore. Okay. All right, I'm going to assume then that we are okay for exploring. That's what it sounds like. All right, we explore what is left of the mine. I'd like to reveal areas, please. Aha! Wow, what a what a enormous area this is. However, I do have some good news about this actually, because let's see. Area number 7. There we go. I probably can reveal the rest of this now. Okay, so we go to the side of that. So you approach the end of the tunnel. The miners likely were digging to expand the mine, but were unable to finish before the kobolds attacked. This seemed to be a dead end. Now, the good news, though, is because we found the blueprints that told us about the secret treasure, we actually don't even have to do this investigation check to get to this section. You notice something out of the ordinary with the rubble. There seems to be some sort of silver sheen wedged between the rocks. Upon further inspection, you realize a sword is buried within the debris. So there's a sword in the debris. What do you think, chat? What do we do? You should be able to just pull it out. It looks, because it's near the bottom of the rubble pile, so it looks like you can actually just pull it out. It was not a Schwartz, it was a sword. Unbury the sword, pick it out. I mean, either of those things. You can get the sword out probably just by pulling it out, actually. Make us Queen of England. Ha ha! The sword and the stones. It's true, we do already have a rapier. Have to make a virtue check, yeah. But it sounds like the will of chat is to get the sword, unless I'm missing something. But it sounds like that. I guess we can pawn it. All right. So immediately as you pull the sword from the debris, you notice it is glowing a light blue. For a sword that has been under rock for seemingly some time, the sword has... Hold on. For a sword that has been under rock for seemingly some time, the sword is held up very well. You can now discern, it says, that this is a +1 longsword. Well, well, well. We already got us a sting. We already got us a sting. All right. There you go, chat. And now I have been summoned downstairs so I can tuck my daughter in. So I'm going to go down there for just a bit. In the meantime, you can look at this map and think about the magic sword you've just restored, and we will be back in just a minute. Don't forget about the Greyshade Kickstarter, !Greyshade KS, and I will be right back in just a bit. Okay, I am back. Chat, I am going to be honest with you. As soon as we're out of this little dungeon thing, I think I'm really sorry to do this, but I'm going to have to call it. I am not feeling great. I started the stream and I was feeling a little like, not too bad, but whatever. But I just am like, and you know, my son this morning, it's always through my son. My son this morning actually had a little bit of a fever, and then kind of felt a little bit under the weather, and his fever was gone by that night and everything, but I'm just like I'm not feeling great, and I think that rather than just try to like be a hero and push through, although I appreciate the Rising Tides showing up, and I agree with that heroism point in general, I think it's probably better for me to just, because we did get through, it's actually a convenient break point to kind of get out of this spot, and then I'll talk about what happens after the mine's over, and then just kind of, you know, end scene, right? And then with any luck, I should be able to come back for tomorrow night's session 0 of Expedition from the Mysterious Peaks. I wanted to play a little longer tonight, but I'm just like, ugh. And I put you know, my daughter, just, you know, put my daughter to bed, and I was like walking up the upstairs, and I'm like, ugh. I'm like, I am the classic sour stomach and slight headache and all that, and I'm like, so yeah, so I think I'm gonna have to do that. I'm sorry though. I mean, I was looking forward to this too, so it's not like, you know, I was, but regardless. But let's talk about at least what happens at the end of this though. You will be happy to know that I do have a picture for you, of which I'm sure you'll be happy to have. Actually, wait, is there anybody? No, okay, there's nobody who has this. So I'm just gonna, I thought you'd appreciate this. Let's see. This was the thing we just fought. So I thought you might want to, you know, just get a sense of it, you know. Like that was the fight. Although of course we were using dancing lights instead of a torch, but you'd have to, you know, you'd have to picture the rest of it. And we defeated him. See? It was no problem. It was not a big deal at all. So, we got rid of that, but also, having said that, I do have one other illustration for you, but this is not a spider, fear not. And we kicked its ass. Yeah, we did. It was, this was, and this thing was like scuttling up. We were like slinging and running. Plus we defeated some kobolds too. Okay. So, let me show you this person that you're about to see. All right. There he is. Okay, so, in case you're curious and you're like, who the heck is this guy? I'm glad you asked. Okay, so, after you leave the mine, and you check what's there, you return to Farador Keep to find Alfie, that's who this is, with a look of concern on his face. He is generally an upbeat and eccentric gnome. Only a serious matter could bring him down. He looks up and says, "Yes, yes, you did well. Here's your reward. Now the real work begins." So we received 25 gold pieces for completing the adventure. We're rich. Okay, so that's 43 if I've done my math properly. And we also level up to level 2. That's right, we level up to level 2. So that means that just before we wrap for this evening, I would like our good friend Rock God here. 2, we've still got first level spells. That's all fine. So we're going to get Jack of all trades and Song of Rest. So Jack of all trades means starting at second level, we can add half our proficiency bonus rounded down to an ability check we make that doesn't already include our proficiency bonus. And Song of Rest, we use soothing music or oration to help revitalize wounded allies during a short rest. If you or any friendly creatures who hear a performance regain hit points at the end of the short rest by spending 1 or more hit dice, each of those creatures regains an extra 1d6 hit points. So we are going to have a chance to do some of that later on. But right now what we're going to do is we're going to simply do the 1d8. So what I would like you to roll here, Rock God, is 1d8, and then we're going to add our con bonus to that, which is 2. So 1d8 plus 2, and that's going to be our new total hit points. Is it really 1? Okay. Well, plus the 3, or plus the 2, I should say. So that's 3 more hit points. So we go now, and we're going to be at max now. No, not on a hit point check. That's on, like, you know, skill checks and things like that, not for hit point rolls. No, Halfling Luck doesn't work on that. You can't be unlucky about what you actually leveled up. Yeah, inspiration. I would probably take an inspiration. If chat wants to do inspiration, I guess I could see that. If chat wants to use an inspiration on this. Otherwise, we're going to stick with that 13. Lucky number 13. He wants to inspire the main character. Okay, so roll again, Rock God. Roll again. The inspiration has been arrived. Thank you, Lone Wolf. That's what these are there for. So go ahead and roll again. 4. Much better. Okay, so that's 6 total, which means we now have 16 total hit points. That's more like it. Now we're cooking with gas. All right. So, not bad, chat. We cleaned out a mine. Took out some kobolds, took out a dangerous spider, completed our first adventure, leveled up, and now Alfie's going to tell us the real problem, whatever that real problem turns out to be. But not today because, as I said, yeah, it is close to the end of the month. That's true. We've got other stuff that's coming up with maybe Expedition, although I don't know that we're going to get into actual play tomorrow, but we'll see. So that was good times. Very much enjoyed that. But, as I say, with great apologies, I'm going to have to call it there because I'm just not feeling so great. So I'm going to have to rise up on out of here. But I want to thank everyone who made this a fun session. We were here for a little over 2 hours, so it wasn't nothing. But I'm sorry it couldn't be more. But we are nonetheless here. And I appreciate everybody having jumped up on board and having supported us as we went through this stream. That's really awesome. So I'm going to rise up on out of here. And I hope you folks enjoyed it. Get some rest. Yeah, definitely. I'm going to go do that right now. Please support the Gray Shade Kickstarter. Please do that. And thank you all for being a part of this. I really appreciate everyone having been here for this and for being here. If you like what you saw and heard, please follow. Check out the YouTube with !ArvTube, Discord !ArvCord, Twitter !ArvTweets, website arvinelloran.com, financially !Arv shop for the merchandise area, !Arvtreon for the Patreon, and of course the and then the publishing stuff is !Icarus for my Icarus graphic novel, !Library for Tales and Tomes, The Forbidden Library, my 5e adventure and sourcebook, and again, Gray Shade KS. Really need support on this, folks. So anything people can do to spread the word, let people know, you know, any of that sort of thing is very much appreciated because we are, you know, we're making steady progress, but we have, you know, a long way to go. So we're going to just kind of keep going. So that's the deal with that. Yeah, and feel better, Rudenel, for sure. Otherwise, I want to, as always, say !BLM, Black Lives Matter. Very important to affirm and assert the significance and importance of Black lives. !Help Now, the World Health Organization page on suicide prevention. Very important to reach out to others when you need help and to reach out to others when they need help as well. And let's see, help now. Oh, Ukraine, UKRAINE, to support the people of Ukraine in their fight against an illegal and illegitimate war before, this is a small way for us to be able to step up and help them. Thank you to everyone who made this an awesome stream tonight. And yes, that's a good call. Please click that too as well. As I mentioned earlier on, I did talk about this earlier on tonight. We're here, and that's what this community is definitely all about. And I hope we provided you a little bit of that sense of community and so forth as we went on today. Thank you to my wonderful mods, Rudinell, Dragonspear, Rock God, Triffity Mats. Thank you to the Rising Tides, as always. Thank you so much to Best Mods in the Business. Thank you to my wonderful Patreon and supporters and subscribers, Rudinell, Dragonspear, Rock God, Triffity Mats, Rising Tides, Wispy Song, Crit Twitch, Lone Wolf, Optic Nerve, and Prince Justin. Thank you also, Prince Justin, for the gift subs. Thank you to everyone who gift subbed and did all that kind of good stuff tonight. Thank you all so much for that hype train. And thank you to my viewers, to Oliavana, to 420, to Asum Casa, to Chrono Travis, to JLC, Light and Passion, Lifecard, Nonstop, who's a sub, I don't know why it doesn't show up there, and Sophia Fox, and Xylane. Thank you, everybody, so much. And please support that Kickstarter, and I will see you folks, and hang in there. I know it's been a difficult few days. Do the best you can. Hang in there, and we will be here, and we will try to be here tomorrow. Assuming I feel better, we'll be here for you folks tomorrow night as well. Otherwise, thank you all so much for being here. Much love, and I will see you folks soon. Until then, as I always say, please be good to each other, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.
Honk.